Yep. We live. Welcome. And as always, three times people. Welcome to the Literally Anything podcast for the people. As you can see, or if you can't see, as you will hear in just a moment, we are here in full force for the first time in a couple of weeks. Brother Left has been being an adult, doing adult shit. Not like freaky adult shit, like responsible adult shit. Because Hood made a face. We always got to clarify with him.
I wasn't even
No, I got to keep you present. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. Glad you could join us if you're streaming live with us. Thank you for streaming us. If you Apple or Spotify or Google or wherever the hell you get your podcast from, because it's in a lot of places. Welcome either way. So we have not been in full force for a couple weeks, so we want to welcome Brother Left back. Welcome, good brother. Anything you want to say with your oh, wait a minute, hold up, because all right, hold up. Go ahead, do your thing, bro. Give me. I'm gonna give you your minute to say your thing.
How?
Big cheese. the big cheese.
It feel good to be back. Circumstances, I wish things were under better circumstances. This week has been a very, very hectic week, very emotional week, extremely trying week. And we preach mental health and mental wellness here on daily. Every time we're on here, we're preaching keeping your mental health right. And I'm in one of them spaces where I needed to just tell my job, like, yo, y'all got that for right now. I need time to decompress because
right,
got family issues that just real deep. So first thing I want to say is I want to say rest in peace, Miss Rosetta Clark, my stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that she was going through what she was going through and not being able to do anything for her, and the finality of things, it hurt. But I'm happy that she's no longer dealing with the pain that she was in. So raise my glass.
We all do. Indeed.
And thank God for putting her in my life and helping mold me into the man that I am today.
Indeed. We appreciate you jumping on, bro. We know in these moments sometimes distraction is a beautiful thing. And we're gonna do our best to serve as something to get your mind in a good space so you can continue to grieve and do what you do when you get off of here. And this is your reprieve, good brother. And whatever moments you need within this time, you always know we got you. Just let us know with that. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you.
That's what we're here for. With that being said, give me 1 second before I move on to the next points. Big Shadi, what's up, Shy?
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm well. How is everyone?
Everyone's good. Everyone's good. We on here. Left is with us, not under the greatest circumstances. He was just kind of giving us a little bit of background on what's going on. His family suffered a loss throughout the week. So we send our condolences to Miss Clark and all her family members and so on and so forth. And we just touching on that before we take off how we do.
Absolutely.
So other than that though, good brother, you haven't been with us for a couple of weeks. Like what's Left getting into? How's Left been, on the other side of things?
Just been trying to stay out of the way, man. Like, I hate my job.
Didn't expect that to change over any short period of time. I'm not gonna lie to
you. Being a dad and like same old stuff, ain't nothing changed. Like it's just the schedule changed. So
right.
That's pretty much what it's been. And I've been tuning in, so I know everything that's been going on.
We gonna get into all the shit for sure. We got shit to get into.
Foolery.
Vinny Chase. Let's hear from you, my guy. What's going on with you down there?
I don't know, man. Just soaking a lot of stuff in, staying low, for real, staying out the way.
That's a beautiful thing. I respect that.
What are you eating this weekend? Like this week? Because normally you got a smorgasbord in front of you. What's going on, bro? Like,
no, I think he chilled last week too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure last week he was chilling too.
You maturing.
It's we only like 6 minutes into the show, right? Look at him. You giving him credit. Like bro ain't busted 50 piece in a half hour a few weeks ago. Like I'm never letting that go. Your wings were self-generating. It was the scariest shit I ever seen in my life. Every time you reached in the box, another one just grew in the box. Like that shit. You had some respawned ass wings. That shit was crazy. Like I've never seen anything like it. But you gave him credit too early. Big Shadi, what's good? How was your week?
It's been a long week. It's good.
I mean,
you got that about your business look on your face right now, like you ready to just jump right into it, like you about. I mean, you've been waiting for me to be online at the same time.
Life is lifing right now, so I'll take it easy. But next week,
I'm here. I might need the shots.
So, as always is the tradition, we get in the hot takes to start the show. Sometimes they're foolishness, sometimes they're serious, sometimes they don't even happen because Hood been weird with the hot takes this season. Season 1, Hood was like my hot. Like I started, like the hot takes almost became a thing because you used to be wilding on them shits, and then like now I don't really have a hot take. Like you be all conservative with shit now, like. No high. I'm gonna start right. I'm gonna let you think about it for a second. I'm gonna start with Left.
Nah, I got one.
You got one for sure. Solid. Yeah. All right, go.
Oh, go now.
Yep, right now, my nigga. I ain't even gonna let you because you're gonna be like, I forgot.
I think we might give Will Smith a little bit too much credit because we like him.
Elaborate.
Will Smith has some fucking stinkers.
Everybody does.
Will Smith has some stink. Like he has a lot. And he also doesn't have like a crazy long catalog like you'd think he would. Like when we put him up against like the Samuel L's, the Denzels, like we put him in those conversations. Samuel Jackson has like tenfold more movies.
Yeah.
Even Denzel Washington doesn't really strike me as like an active dude. And even he still has a sizable amount of movies compared to Will Smith. And Will Smith only did a lot of things in a short span of time. I was
about to say, you got to realize Will's work is like very concentrated. When Will was starting on Fresh Prince, Sam and Denzel both had movies in theaters, several by that point. So, like, you know what I'm saying? They had a hell of a head start on that guy. And plus, Sam Jackson for a minute wasn't everything. Like, bro wasn't turning no roles.
Yeah, he don't turn down no like they throw a script in his face. He be like, "Yeah, let me get that."
Yeah, like my guy does not give a motherfucker. Like he is absolutely gonna be just is the pay good? Because I'm taking it. Sam's not saying no to roles. So like I think the amount of work you have to compare is a little different. But like elaborate though. Like what's some shit that you think is mid or trash from Will? Give me some of your mid trash like
shit.
You know, that level
I
shit
hit you
I feel
before.
like
Nigga, Wild Wild West.
Yeah, Wild Wild West is definitely.
I Am Legend, and they have a part 2 coming out.
And the funny thing is, I enjoy I Am Legend. I recognize that it's terrible. I know that it like to me it's like shitty in a special kind of way.
Yeah,
I like. I'm ashamed to admit I actually liked I Am Legend too. I didn't mind that movie at all. I didn't mind that movie at all. And Wild Wild West, I think, yeah, it was bad, but he made a couple $100 million in the box office on that gym, man. Like,
hey,
I hear what you're saying.
That theme song.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, by standards of success, it was successful. He but I hear what you're saying. You're saying quality, but it was successful. That movie grossed more than a lot of movies Sam did put together. It's like 20 Sam movies that ain't making
Vanilla
money.
Vanilla Ice was successful, and that nigga sold a lot of records too.
My nigga, you still talking about Vanilla Ice? That's all you need. Like, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes the method of getting the vehicle doesn't matter. Like, dude, you talk about these motherfuckers. You know these motherfuckers. So guess what? They won. Like, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Now, if you was just saying some random Steve Woznowski, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, but I know who Vanilla Ice is. So he won. Like, you know, on that side of things. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I'm not defending Will. I was just curious as to your your taste with it. But, you know, Left, what you got? You got any Will work that you either will vouch for or say absolutely fuck no?
Shit. Damn.
What's that new Gemini Man? That shit was terrible.
I didn't even see that shit. Like that's
Gemini Man looked bad. Gemini Man didn't look like a very good movie.
What's the one with him and his son?
That one when they space Earth AE or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
After Earth, yeah.
Trash.
After Earth.
Yeah, that was trash. That was bad.
Garbage.
Yeah,
that was bad.
I don't know. Like it is funny because I'm one of them people who like I get on Fire Stick and be looking for movies, and I will bypass every fucking every Will Smith movie. Like I don't want to see Will Smith in movies. Like, so I get it. You know,
it's not that I like
bad. Hancock,
Hancock was special in a shitty kind of or shitty in a special kind of way to me.
Yeah, see, I'm not touching the Bad Boys franchise. I liked all three of the Bad Boys. He did good with the Bad Boys franchise.
Yeah,
I'm okay with the bad. Like, and let me get into the comments. But yeah, so Bad Boys 3 was not good. I'm gonna disagree with you, man. Like, respectfully, I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you because I feel like Bad Boys 3 was exactly what it was supposed to be for a third edition of that kind of movie.
In that time.
Exactly. It was exactly what it needed to be. In
this Fast and the Furious era.
Right, exactly. It was exactly what it needed to be without being ridiculous goofy. But damn, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, you might be right. I don't know. He killed that whatchamacallit role though.
What?
The
Serena
Richard Williams role.
Oh yeah, nah, but he'll do that for you though.
He killed that. He was very good.
Yeah, when he does biopic, he is great on biopics.
No,
but also
however you want to pronounce it.
When Samuel Jackson, when you put that man in the Tarantino movie, that motherfucker show out. When Denzel is playing somebody that meant something to society, he really show out. I don't know that Will Smith has anything to that magnitude.
What would you say his best work was? Ann is saying Enemy of the State was his best work.
I enjoyed that. That was
Enemy of the State is a great movie. That's a good one.
Yeah.
He definitely.
Enemy of the State is hard, and Jamie Kennedy is in it.
Jamie Kennedy's in it. Gene Hackman. It's a good mix of different.
He was extremely believable in that movie. Like it felt like that was like it was tailor made for him.
Right.
Yeah, that was good.
But even Denzel, I mean, and Samuel Jackson has this to a certain degree. Like both of them, they'll give us a stinker that we kind of will still believe in for whatever reason. Like Denzel and Out of Time, like that was not a good movie, but like I'll watch it.
Which one was Out of Time?
Denzel
Was
like
he was doing a little too much for me.
What's the joint with the demon like possessing people and shit when he was a cop?
Oh yeah, I know what John Goodman.
That Fallen. That's one of my favorite movies.
Fallen. Yeah, I know.
Right.
But realistically, it wasn't like critics didn't herald that movie so crazy. Like,
yeah, well, they always do that. He had to do some real goofy shit to get his Oscar. They waited till training day to give him the recognition when it's certain people on the planet that didn't know Malcolm X was actually Malcolm X because he played that role so well. They thought Denzel Washington was really Malcolm X. But he played that role that well.
So what Will Smith role would you say is good as Lonzo?
Shit, none.
Not a one.
Not like Enemy of the State's probably as close as it gets. And he was really, really good in that, but he was a good guy too.
But I also don't think he surprised anybody. And like I think that movie to Will Smith is the Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl. I felt like you had that in you. You was capable of doing that. Nobody knew, just based on the trajectory of how
he was really good in the first Bad Boys. Ann is saying in the comments he was really good in the first Bad Boys. I agree. He carried first Bad Boy. Like Martin was funny, but like Will was good in that movie. Like I believed Mike Lowry. Like I really believed it was a
from now
on the Miami.
You drive like that.
Yeah. Oh,
that's how you drive.
So hold up. 7 pounds. That's probably Will's best role.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah,
that's definitely Will's best role. Thank y'all in the comments for bringing that in. That's almost certainly Will's best role. 7 pounds.
Why can I hear Will Smith with an African accent and I don't like it and I don't know where it's from?
It's from the concussion joint ski.
Oh, right. Yeah, that wasn't very good.
He played the doctor boy that got
the nigga that was like, the devil's not welcome here.
Oh no, that's Bad Boys. That's Bad Boys right there. That's my shit. That's hilarious. Hitch was trash. I don't care what none of y'all say. Fuck that.
Hitch was terrible, and I love Kevin James.
Fucking movie. Like I
love that movie. Shadi was just about to be like, "Wait a minute."
No, see there you go. I'm trying to be.
Was Hitch a good movie? Was Hitch a good movie?
I like it. Gonna say I do. No.
Hitch has like the tempo of an Adam Sandler movie, and Will doesn't fare well in those circumstances. Like I can never see him in like Grown Ups 3. Like it just wouldn't work.
Right. Pursuit of Happiness, another very good Will role. Ali, Ali a little mid for me, but I get it if that's what people want to be with it.
Bro, y'all just gonna have to see it because I'm about to fuck this shit up.
We already knew, bro. It's okay.
I held off about as long as I could hold off.
You got a fish fillet over there, nigga?
Oh nah, Pusha T did them up for me. I really might try Arby's now.
All right, hold up. We gonna get there. Shy, you got a hot take? You got anything pressing on your mind that you need to get off your chest immediately, Shy?
No.
Not
that. Life is peaceful.
I feel like that's a good thing. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I feel like you not having a hot take is a good thing. Because last week you was on go.
The parking space. I've been good.
You all from the beginning. That's what I'm saying. So it's good. It's good that you on chill this week. I ain't even mad at that.
But
Let's
you
see.
originally
hold up. We before we move on, iRobot.
iRobot's pretty bad.
iRobot wasn't bad. iRobot wasn't bad.
iRobot was about as good as
the first Men in Black is a fucking classic. I care.
Have you ever seen the third one?
The first Men in Black is fire.
The third one is incredible, bro.
It lost me after that.
Nah, the third one is cool. The second one is trash. The third one is good. I'm telling you.
And I need to watch the third one.
The third one's cool.
I'll circle back on that.
All right, Sha, I got a question.
Oh Lord.
So you said that like that this week was like a trying week, right?
Yeah.
But then you also didn't have a hot take because you said things are peaceful. Like sometimes it takes a lot of energy to keep the peace around you, because like just because things are peaceful doesn't mean that people didn't try it, the world didn't try it, X, Y, and Z. But like sometimes like that's definitely like trying to keep the peace, like keeping the peace within yourself. It can weigh almost as much as like taking on a whole bunch of bullshit.
Right.
You're absolutely correct. But because I know things are good, I'm happy. That's when you know the enemy's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta pray for him.
Too long.
About to be Ramadan next week, and although I'm not Muslim, you know I respect their holy month.
Indeed,
So,
indeed.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Karen said Arby's will put you all the way on the toilet. Don't let that rap get you too excited.
To Arby's. Like people really go there?
They still open.
They definitely still open. Sir MIB was cornball, Ant says. So Ant disagrees with you on MIB.
I'm chilling.
I appreciate you. And we appreciate all y'all. Literally Anything podcast for the people. We 20 minutes in the middle of hot takes. Brother Left, what you got for us, bro?
All right, so I'm sitting up here and I'm weighing my options on, should I hold on to the big one for story time with Left? I think I'm hold on to the big one for story time with Left.
We can do a story time. I actually got a pretty good one too. It's quick too. Mine's is not long, but it's funny though. But go ahead.
But being that you came out of the gates, and you talking about movies and shit, right?
I was like, hold up.
You came and Will, right?
Everything's always gay with you. It's so bad. Go ahead, bro.
Yo,
I was say, watch your mouth. It's a family program.
Oh man.
So tell me why, Bruce Willis is like every movie that Bruce Willis has been in the last few years has been horrible.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's at that
movies.
Yo, that's the shit. Like, dude,
the last watchable movie he was in was when he was like, what was that? What was it called? Death something. When he was a vigilante boy.
Yo, he keep playing the same fucking role.
Yeah, like
every single movie.
Him and that Keanu Reeves Matrix, sort of like I'm Neo in everything.
Like Liam Neeson. Ever since Liam Neeson did Take It, he said, "I'm not coming out for nothing less than kicking niggas in the throat."
That's all he do.
Yo,
beating Albanians the fuck up.
Got it's like 6 movies on Fire Stick right now that came out within the past 4 years. And he playing the exact same role. I'm like, dude, fuck is wrong with you, man? Like,
that's wow. I didn't even know, like, real shit. I'm not a Fire Stick guy. I don't know. I didn't know that Bruce Willis was still even making movies. But again, I say it all the time. I don't watch a lot of television and movies. I watch shit here and there, shit that my wife is interested in watching with me, like, and shit about violence, like, but I'm real low key on everything. I'm cool on Bruce though. I guess.
Agreed.
So it's been a good week. Yeah. And here's Bruce is getting paid. Yes, Karen. No matter what we say about that motherfucker, Bruce gonna get his checks, and that's that there's that. So y'all know, every now and then I bring y'all some shit from things that I'm going through in regular life. So I don't know if y'all heard the school district of Philadelphia changed the schedule next year for high school children, of which I have more than one. So now they're getting out of school at 4:00, and they don't go in until 9. And they said it was because of a study that taught them that kids do better coming in late, and all these things that sounded tangible and logical and well. Except for people like me who commute their children back and forth, you're fucking up our schedules, y'all. Like, y'all did not ask the right people how they felt about this. This shit is killing me. I just don't think it makes sense. Like, because now you're congesting rush hour traffic even more. Because at least it was like staggered. It's like, all right, 3-something was one rush, and then 4:30, 5 o'clock is another rush. Now it's just going to be one steady stream of motherfuckers emptying into the streets at one time at 4 o'clock. It's just, I don't know. Again, yeah, man, it's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be wild.
And it's not even like it pulls buses from being on the street at that, like whenever regular people are commuting to work. Right. Because the rest of the school district, K through 8, pre-K through 8, all still has, that's probably even more than, you know what I mean, than high school. So like,
right. Because that's technically our schedule, 9 to 3:39.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because there are a lot of elementary schools that get out a little later and do that sort of thing. But now you're mixing all that in, and on top of that, like you know, it's school buses now got to be out a little bit different. Well, most high schools don't have school buses, but for like sporting events, extracurriculars, if the day ends at 4, that means all extracurriculars start later. Because now with it is either that or people are going to be missing more school time, one or the other. If you plan on keeping your extra, because like I said, I coach, so our games start tip clean at 3:15. If they're not getting out of school until 4 o'clock, and the games are still starting at 3:15, they're missing well over 2 hours of school each game day. Like that makes it even more difficult for them to keep up with their studies and be proper scholar athletes. It's just a lot of little pieces that kind of go into it that make me really like kind of be against it. So it's I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it doesn't affect anybody else here. It kind of affects one person here because you work for the establishment. But outside of that, it don't really affect nobody in real life because you're still going to do what you got to do regardless. Right. Because my man said, I'll kick a kid ass. So he ain't worried about nothing. But it's definitely, and some of the things, let's see, trains are going to be super crowded. People getting in fights and getting shot. Yep, because these young boys be wilding. Student passes going to need an extra hour to ride. The backdoor dickhead's going to be out of pocket.
Listen, that's why I'm trying to go to Conshohocken.
Yo,
I need that transfer to come.
Backdoor dickhead is one of the craziest ultra Philly only rollouts ever. Like that doesn't happen anywhere else. Maybe it might be another phrase that said, but specifically backdoor dickhead is ours. We have we definitely we own that shit. But checking in. Yo, Erica, what's up? Her road rage is already on 1,000, riding around with anxiety pills to keep me from beating somebody up every day. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you ask, if you don't take that shit off.
You didn't even get that. I didn't even see you move. What?
No. You wild.
Why you acting like Britney Spears when she was acting weird so she could be safe from her parents? They commenting on their
statements, bro. What's up?
You seen what happened the last time you put mans on Summer Jam's screen? Just relax, my nigga. Just lay low for it. It's like when a white person say the hard ER, they get caught. Like they be down for like a year, but after that, they be back up.
They definitely disappear. They definitely disappear.
The next thing you know, they got a cookbook coming out.
You be like, it'd be like today on the Today Show, a redemption story, and then it just go from there. Like it'd be like out of there, like the Today Show. Who the fuck told you to start there?
And then Michael Strahan,
cool ass. The next thing you know, they like guest hosting Sports Center. Like, how the fuck you go there? Like, damn. Yeah, that shit it'd be a wild.
That's like, I mean, for real, that's like Chris D'Elia, but he was just messing around with teenagers that he ain't know was teenagers.
Who said that?
Chris D'Elia.
Oh, yeah. It was funny. Were you a fan of his comedy?
I was.
You was? Okay.
Yeah.
He had a very
not like a mega fan, but
he wasn't bad. He wasn't great. I could give you the reference of who Chris D'Elia is, but it's not that bad. It's not that important. We're not even gonna do that. But yeah, he was okay. Hold up, let's get into these comments. Don't rep your set now.
Hey, yo, look, here's the fun. Like, yo, sis, you Did you read the script on my hat? Did you read the script on my hat? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Cause that wasn't repping my set at all. That was me telling them like, yo, dog, I'm with the shits.
I mean, it must be nice to work for a union. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it be.
It is.
Sometimes you got
race. Don't have union.
What's funny is that the union is cool, but then it ain't. Like
oh my gosh.
Yo, they gonna have you in there like how they had.
Look, I made sure that the emblem wasn't being shown that time.
Yeah, no, you did good. You did because you can always say it was two different hats because it was.
Hey yo, how would you?
We're gonna maintain that it was two different hats.
How would you feel if you making your regular commute to work? You're sitting there minding your business, and you see the train conductor walking into his booth with a hat that said "We're all going to die" on there.
Yo,
like let me off immediately. I'm getting on the next one
immediately. I don't even want to get on the train no more. I'ma just go and walk. I'm cool. I don't see how any of this could end well if that's his feeling. At least one more of y'all feel like that. I don't want to take the chance that I won't see him on his way in. I'm gonna just catch an Uber.
Taking all y'all motherfuckers with me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need none of that energy, bro. Anybody that's willing to take everybody with him is somebody I can't hang with. You I got too much shit to lose, bro. That ain't gonna work. Oh man, but yeah, man, that school shit is gonna be wild. That schedule is gonna be wild. I really don't think that they took that shit into account, like all the other like auxiliary things, and maybe they did. Those people make a lot more money than I do. That don't mean they smarter than me, but they make a lot more money than I do. So I assume they know how to do their job, and I'll leave it to them and make the adjustments as necessary. But y'all dumb as shit, and that's my hot take with that. All right, so hot takes out of the way. Let's get into the week that was. Yo, y'all. Maury got canceled. I didn't even know Maury was still on some real shit until like a couple weeks ago. I just happened to be home. Like one of the mental health days where you just don't go to work. And I fell asleep with the TV on channel 17. Woke up, turned on the TV, and Maury was on. I'm like, and then I looked in the guide and it was like Steve Wilkos and Judge J. I'm like, all these dudes, it's the same three dudes been making money on this channel for like 30 years with these same bad shows with the same fake actors. Oh man, Maury's done, man. I thought Maury was gone already. I honestly did. Like not gone, like not dearly departed, but I thought Maury was like,
you ever see when Charlamagne had that nigga on skates?
Who, Maury?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Maury was on a Breakfast Club, and then he was like, it's got like they was in a regular groove of they conversation and shit, and then Charlamagne was like, so Maury, what are you doing for Black Lives Matters? And Maury's like, I think the best thing you can do is just acknowledge that it's real.
He put Maury on the spot. Charlamagne makes me mad, but sometimes he's okay. He has his days. He irritates me like 75% of the time, but he has his days. I'm sure I would have enjoyed the head. I saw it. But no, Maury's retiring. Like, so was everybody here like when they skipped school, watched the Maury show? What? Like was that like the laugh at the baby dads getting chased by the camera or the baby moms getting chased by the camera? Man. That is one of the wildest things ever, yo. Like he really got goofy rich off of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every episode.
Yo. In the case of little baby Tevin, Tremaine, you are not the fathers.
I know.
My favorite is when they be like, and Denasia, she's officially a friend of the show. She's here for the 8th time. There was other times I wasn't really sure, but I know who my baby daddy is.
1,000% sure.
The video would come close, guys.
100% sure.
Yep.
Yo,
And
1,000% sure is definitely going to be not the father. Like,
It's like-
like you can say you heard a couple chicks say 100 and it be the dad. You might have heard a couple chicks say 1,000,000 and be the dad. If you ain't confident enough to say 1,000,000 or humble enough to say 100, you mid in that 1,000 and you always wrong. 1,000 was always no good.
Oh,
Latrell, you are not the father. After she do her rolling around on the floor and shit, she like, well, it wasn't him, but I know then I know exactly who it is now.
Yo, do you see left in the background?
Yeah, I see left thick ass.
He set you up. You knew it was coming, bro. Oh man, no, that shit used to be wild. And Maury ain't shit, because Maury would be like, in the case of 4.5-week-old Montez Darnell, you are the father. Like, you like, damn, goddamn. Yo, Montez be mad as shit.
You know what else Maury used to do?
yes.
Maury used to have niggas down bad in them green rooms, bro. Yo, he used to have niggas down bad. Like, Shorty would walk in front of Buddy, pull her clam open in front of him, and like, oh, I gotta pick these glasses up.
Yo, he definitely had prostitutes in the green room. There's no way he ain't getting this from the nearest avenue to that studio and was like, yeah,
you got a little bit of lint in there. Let me move it for you. Pull it up.
Here's the thing, though, right? The thing that pissed me off about those episodes was that, dog, you don't know what Maury do. You ain't seen one episode of this show one time to know that you are being set up. You really went back there and just thought it was just coochie flying in the green room, huh? Like, you weird ass niggas. Like, I hated those episodes. I never watched them. I seen this shit one time and be like, no, I can't watch this, bro. You going down bad.
Who is these bitches that Maury be hiring and how do they be getting these jobs? Because they was in there actually fucking too, because they was like, oh, we're just not going to show the rest of this. And you hear clip clapping and shit all over the rest of the. It's like, who are these women's getting these opportunities?
I just told you the bitches on the block at the closest to that studio. You think I'm playing? Remember the episode? Remember the skit from Chappelle when he's talking about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky, and he was like, he's an important man. He has a lot to do. He needs some head real quick. He poked his head outside the office and was like, oh, you come here. Like, that's literally what Maury did. He poked his head outside the studio. It was like, the porn industry's a little slow today, but I got something for you. Like, if you put any of that shit past the motherfuckers of Hollywood, you wildin'. Like, it's readily available. Bitches who will fuck in the green room on camera for the smallest amounts of fees in that area that they was in. Like,
but
that
I
ain't
give you a 6-piece.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, wildin', bro. Yeah, no, that shit was crazy, man. Maury was a wild ass television time. Like, that was definitely like a whole wild ass era. And before we move on from Maury, the other thing Maury used to do that used to like really like piss me off was the Badass Kids. Oh man, that's still one of my favorite South Park episodes, though. But it's definitely
whatever I do what I want.
Like, man,
what's the nigga name? The nigga name like D-Lo Brown. I know that's not his name. That was a wrestler. Dwayne. It was Dwayne something.
The bull with the sweater vest.
Yeah.
The weird, first off, right?
It was D something.
I forgot the boy name.
I'll have to look it up.
So real quick, what's everybody's feeling on vests? Y'all wear vests? Like,
not really. I don't frequent vests too often.
Shadi, you're a female. You're a woman. I don't have a problem with women wearing vests, but men who wear vests is weird as shit to me, y'all. Like, any kind of vest.
Yeah, you remember vest, when New York niggas was wearing? You remember New York niggas was wearing sweater vests with no shirt on under it?
They really was though.
With like ball shorts and Air Forces.
Like, and niggas be mad push up strong.
Sweater vest with khaki shorts and fucking Timbs.
Jesus Christ. Yo, can we one day we gonna really do a deep dive in the how bad like early 2000s, late 90s fashion was. We've said it and touched on it, but I mean, I really like, we need some like pictorial representation of how bad niggas was dressing back then. Like it was fucking, it was a sight to behold. We definitely got to get into that one day because we let a lot of shit get off that never should have made it
For
through.
sure.
Like we let a lot of shit slide that should have never made it through. Every time I see a picture of myself in a non-X t-shirt, I just fucking cringe. It makes me want to throw up. Like we really was wearing clothes that we could fit other people inside of and was looking down on niggas who wore shit that fit. Like we was wild. It was really like, fuck you doing with that shirt on that fit? It's a medium. Yeah, I know. Dog, I'm 5'2". Like a medium should fit.
Walking around looking like a ghost on Pac-Man.
Oh man, bro.
Oh man,
we was really out of pocket. It was bad. We definitely, but no, Maury with the bad kid episodes and the boy in the sweater vest was definitely crazy. That was a wild,
I can't remember his name.
That was a wild ass TV time because like right after that, it's like you got an hour of Jerry, or before that, depending on whatever market you was in and what time it was. Oh shit, hold up, wait a minute. Yes. Here we go. These are some Rockaware jean outfits.
Everyone had a Rockaware jean out Easter with some fresh white nights. I
had the Rockaware.
I had the Rockaware velour
some
suit.
Niggas would say.
Or the FUBU.
Oh man, fucking LL Cool J, man. I found a clip of him giving an interview on a seesaw, nigga. It's the wild. Like when I tell you, LL really is the wildest figure in the hit. Like I think I'm about to devote a fucking section to this nigga every once a week. What's the wildest shit you found?
The LL Cool J fact of the week.
Like yo, bro. Somebody put this shit on Instagram. Bro really was like on a seesaw, right? Bucket hat, gold chain, t-shirt on a seesaw. But the camera not moving with him. He going up and down out the camera shot.
Licking his lips at the same time.
Yo, he is really one of the most chaotic figures in the history of Earth, man. Like that nigga is like, that shit's wild, bro. Like on a seesaw, bro. Like he literally like in and out the camera, just steady talking, and he talking about some serious shit too. Like it wasn't like no, like, he was having a real deep conversation. He was dropping knowledge, but that nigga was just up and down, in and out the camera shot. Gold chain, bucket hat going. Gold chain, bucket hat. That shit was crazy, bro. Oh man.
And it was at that moment that he came up with pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by a building.
What?
That song?
That's a song, bro.
It is a song, and that title is one of the worst titles ever. And that's also the video where the bus broke down. I mean, where his car broke down, and he just left the car and went and got on the bus. That nigga ain't waiting for a tow truck. That nigga hopped up and just jumped on the bus and left the keys with his homie. Here you go, bro. You do it. Like LL was chaos, man.
I had to look that up.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, look up pink cookies in a plastic bag. Yes. Check that video out. It's on YouTube for sure. And if it ain't, LL Slippin' is somewhere where you can watch this weird nigga car breakdown and he jump on a bus and leave his homie with the key. Like just pure fucking madness. Anyway.
No, but speaking of 90s shit, nigga. 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, nigga, BET Uncut, dog.
Smart. That shit was basically porn. Let's be honest. BET Uncut was essentially soft porn.
Look,
like,
well, being that I was rich, I just turned to Cinemax at those hours.
Well, no, wealthy people had other foreign ways of
channel 515.
Here you go. Speaking about your affluenza.
Listen, I'm just
sometimes Stars got it popping too, and HBO with the real sex.
But yo, you wait
36 episodes
at 2 o'clock in the morning.
He's finally come around.
I ain't got no panties on. Ain't got no panties on. I ain't got no panties on the dance floor. Put the panties on.
Yo, BET Uncut was wild, bro.
Yo, wait, it was a woman singing that?
Yes, bro. Like you see,
y'all be wanting us to not call y'all bitches and treat y'all equal when y'all got women singing this shit as a representation for y'all. That's out of pocket.
Yo, Shy, what
Wait a second.
What'd you say? What?
I said time out. Wait a second.
All right, go ahead, Shy.
Shy, I'm just kidding. I promise you, I'm just joking.
Because Shy had that look of concerned mother on her face. That's why I wanted to let her go. No, we we just played Shy, but no, that's a real song though. That really happened, and it came on every single night on BET Uncut for months.
Yo, you ever fall asleep? You ever fall asleep like just like regular time and wake up at 3:00 in the morning and some shit getting knocked around on your TV or a compromising commercial or BET Uncut and you really wasn't watching that?
Man, listen. When in old TV, because niggas my age will remember this, you fall asleep with regular TV on at a certain time of night. It's all 1-900 commercials. Like you trying so you fall asleep and wake up and it's just like some scantily clad Scandinavian descent woman on your TV, and you like, why is she here? What happened? And you look up and it's 3:37. Like, oh, let me cut this TV. Yo, and you gotta chill. We are 18.com. You gotta chill. Yo, that's wow.
Pick up the phone.
Crazy. We are 18 is definitely one of them. He soon as he typed, I said, y'all remember that? That's funny as shit. Because first off, you got to be a real freaked out perv nigga to be like, oh, 18, that's perfect. Like, you creepy.
I ain't gonna get in trouble for this.
Everything exactly. You see that you're 18 and you jump right up like you freaked out ass nigga. Sit your ass down somewhere. Yeah, no, that shit's wow. But that was real though. That really happened. Like I said, we really grew up in some chaotic times. Like, as evidenced by LL Cool J being a musical leader of our generation, we grew up in chaos. It's fucking incredible. HBO Real Sex was a wild show.
Yo,
like
that was
wild ass show.
And
bro.
Cat House, like it really had me convinced. Yo, there was like when I was a little kid, I used to be convinced that I used to be like, yo, I can't wait till I get a credit card so I can just buy all the good porn. Not in my head, like when I'm an adult, I could just get coochie. And then I swore at some point in my life I was gonna go to like the Bunny Ranch. Why? I don't know, because I could just get coochie in real life.
Because in your mind, that was your access. So the only thing that was stopping you from having that access was your funds. So you figured once you get the funds, you had the access, but you didn't realize that as you grew, you wouldn't need that access anymore because you'd have another set of access. But you was just on your shit. Yeah, tarot card.
R.I.P. my nigga Dennis Hoff.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. my nigga Dennis Hoff.
Who the fuck is that?
He was the owner of the Moonlight Bunny Ranch on HBO.
Oh, you know too much, bro.
Yeah. You watch that shit.
You know way too much.
Hey yo,
you acting like Left now with the freaked out knowledge. Look. We missed you, Left. I gotta fuck with you, Left. Hold up. The tarot card readings used to be wild. Yeah.
Oh, with fake ass Miss Cleo.
Yo, Miss Cleo. All the motherfuckers was wild.
Wait. But either Benny Hinn or the 700 Club will come on right after that shit.
Oh, yeah. And then in my era, it was George Lopez.
Yo. Yeah. 700 Club is some wild shit. Like, they really, like, that, what's the boy, what's his name on there? Is that,
Kenneth Copeland.
I don't know. Whatever.
Kenneth Copeland.
I thought
that was some Christian shit.
It is,
which is what I'm saying.
Is it
but
like
it's like
comedy or something?
No, when I say wild, I don't mean like in an amusing way. I mean in a fanatical way. Like they really be tripping. Like, man, listen. All I know is it's like you can't fall asleep with that shit on because you wake up wondering like, what the fuck am I? What? Like, why do I feel like
You don't know if you done transitioned or not.
Yeah, you don't like. It's just that shit used to be a weird ass flex, bro. I hated that shit. Oh man, dial up internet. See, now we just having flashbacks of everything.
Oh my gosh, with AOL.
AOL was wild.
That's why none of us can fucking hear it now, because you mess around and try and get on the phone with somebody on the computer, blow your whole eardrum out.
Man, that shit have definitely bust your whole shit open.
Wow.
Like, like what the fuck is that? Like that shit be wow. The whole house know you getting on. You couldn't do it. Like you couldn't sneak on that bitch. Niggas had to be gone. Like because like you couldn't load that shit up on the like. Oh man, it's just a really wild time that we came through.
I remember
that shit.
I remember Jay used to try to sneak on the internet. Like Nana used to be asleep or whatever, and he used to be trying to sneak on the internet, and it should be like, down. Like, what the fuck? Dog, you gonna get us in trouble.
Yeah, like and the last part of this, and we'll move on after this point because Ant is cooking in the comments. We appreciate you, Ant. Falling asleep on the phone. Like when you had a house phone, bro. See, I don't even. Did you like? Are you house phone age, bro? Like,
I still have a house phone.
No, I'm talking about like when I'm talking exclusive house phone.
Yeah.
I'm talking about back then. Like,
yeah, like we used to. My dad used to send me to Rite Aid to go buy them little tapes to put in the voice. What's it called, the voicemail jar?
In the answering machine.
Yeah, the answering machine. Yeah, we used to have a separate answer machine from the phone.
That's definitely that's vintage shit right there. Yo, y'all remember? And this is more for Left and Shy. Y'all remember like having the dumb long ass 50-foot phone cord, taking that shit all the way through the house with you while you on the phone. You won't get off the joint. Niggas is doing dishes, dinner, showers. Hold on, like it's like this
I wasn't popular. I wasn't popular around that time. You know, wasn't nobody trying to have conversations with me at that time in my life. You know, that was Chuck running around with the phone or Maud running around with the fucking phone.
Respectful. I hear you. Respect. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm getting at, my nigga. Like, Shy, you strike me as a young.
I had that phone though.
That was the party line days.
I was about to say party line.
Oh man,
party line.
We definitely we was talking about the party line a couple weeks ago. Party line was a wild ass time. No, but Shy, you strike me as one of those girls in high school that definitely had the phone all the way through the house, doing all your tasks on the phone as you went through.
Phone, and then I also had a house phone that you could turn the ringer off and it would light up.
Oh.
So that way, when I had the phone or whatever, the phone be lighting up. Hello.
The double ring phone was wild when you had two numbers on one line and one had one ring and the other had another. That we had that. When you got people living in your crib, we had that at the crib. My sisters was older, so they phone would like do the double ring. And then when I would get on punishment, had some issues, be like, yo, nope, don't call me on that number. Call me on this one. He hear folks hear that John ring, bling, bling. Yeah, no, that's they shit. Yep. What's up? Why you getting hold it down? Don't do that. Ain't no need for the snitching. We all right. Yeah, man. It was definitely crazy. All right. So we got Maury. All right, we're gonna swing back to what Hood was talking about earlier. Pusha T did a diss track for McDonald's.
That beat was horrible.
A diss track for McDonald's, and he was punching for Arby's in the process. I don't mind him dissing McDonald's if they underpaid him for the I'm loving this shit. Although he kind of gave himself a shitty deal. I'm sure he didn't realize it was going to go for that many years or be that popular. But either way, if he felt slighted, I'm not sure Arby's was the hill to die on. Maybe I'm tripping. Like, is anyone else joining me on that? Hood, what did you think of the track?
I thought so. The first playthrough, I was like, "Oh yeah, this hard. This beat is garbage, though. This is hard." But then I was like, "Leave it to Pusha T to have a cocaine bar that I can sell water to a well." Not a motherfucker ask you, Pusher Terrence. Pusher Terrence. No one asked you.
No, I mean,
I'm surprised he ain't compared the fillet shape to a brick because I thought that's where it was going for a second.
I mean, that would have been on par for the brother. I must admit, but no, that I didn't. Left. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard it, dog.
What
and I was just mad. I was like, yo, why does this sound like Kendrick Lamar's Control verse? like you come, how you coming at a motherfucking restaurant?
Nah, but I love that shit. Like,
I need to find it.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Yo, that's how I felt about it. Like, I really felt like when Kendrick was, calling out names on that fucking Control verse. That's how I felt about that commercial. Like,
but the restaurants and shit be going back and forth with each other on Twitter. So I feel like that's like, but also this isn't the first time this has happened. Wendy's be smoking niggas.
Wendy's social media account is fire. Like
Wendy's clapback is like Lil Nas X level.
Like, yeah, I don't know who they got running that account, but they're fucking amazing at it.
So, but that's not the first time a song has been put out. I mean, well, like I don't know if this is what I'm talking about is even the first time, but a while ago, back in like 2014, Hamburger Helper put out a mixtape on SoundCloud, and that shit was hard.
Word?
I swear that shit was hard. Huh?
Wait a minute.
Hamburger Helper.
Yeah, it was called Watch the Stove. And the album art kind of like Watch the Throne. That shit was hard. I was showing P like yesterday. We listened to like 3 songs. She was like, I'm mad that I really like this.
That's wow. That's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, man. I don't know. Pusha. It's not a bad. For what it's supposed to be, like it's this song about McDonald's. Like, all right, that what you gonna do with that? But like, why though? Like nobody asked for this except for Arby's people, which is like Ving Rhames and the owner of Arby's. Like those are the only people who wanted this.
Oh, here's the album art.
Yeah, album art. I found that shit too. Like, yo, these motherfuckers.
I'm telling you, that shit is hard.
Y'all gonna have me listening to a Hamburger Helper mixtape. I'm so fucking mad that this even is a thing. And I gotta listen to it now because you've told me it exists. It's no fucking way I can't listen to it. Like I absolutely have to explore why this happened and what came of it because the gift curiosity.
You know the gift for the dude that be going like this and then he disappear.
Right.
He got the hardest song on there.
Oh shit,
He's a rapper and he played drums too. He make beats. He's nice.
That's wild.
Here's the track list.
Retro Spetro.
Feed the Streets. Track 1. Track 2, Hamburger Helper. Track 3, Crazy. Track 4, Food for Your Soul. And track 5, In Love with the Glove.
Wait a minute. Time out.
I'm telling
you. What? Wait, In Love with the Glove is crazy. Who the fuck let them get that off? Like, no, bro.
Yo, they never acknowledge this on TV either. Like, they never put this in no commercial. You know how like the Reese's Puffs started doing a little racist hip hop songs and shit, but they never even acknowledged it on TV.
Yo, that's crazy. Excuse me. Okay, Hamburger Helper mixtape. For those of you who were not aware of that, go ahead and check that out when you get the chance. Literally Anything podcast for the people. KP, Lefty, Vinny Chase, and Shadi in the building. We are hour in 58 minutes. So this is one that we touched on in season 1 a couple of times because that's kind of when a lot of the things happen with it. Over the last week or so, a lot of other things have popped off with it, and I kind of want to circle back on this one. Today, a second grand jury declined to bring charges against one quarterback, Mr. Desean Watson, on his sexual misconduct charges. This is the second grand jury in the past 3 weeks, that has declined to press charges in this case. He has been since traded from the Houston Texans to the Cleveland Browns and is under investigation by the NFL to see what, if any, punishment he will serve from the league. So I remember us speaking about this. And I remember all of us kind of saying, like, it's a lot of noise, but nothing's happening. It's a lot of noise, but nothing's happening. And now, like, they've made all the noise possible. They've taken him in front of 2 grand juries, and neither of those grand juries have elected to pursue charges. Now, for those of you who aren't like super familiar with the justice system, like, you don't need a ton of evidence for a grand jury to vote to proceed with your shit. Like, because 9 times out of 10, they'll just say, well, if it's that close, they'll sort it out in trial. Go ahead and let it roll. Right. That's usually what happens. For 2 grand juries to not want to move forward with charges, that's I don't know. I'm not saying anything about that man's guilt or innocence. I'm just saying in terms of what usually happens in these situations, his case is moving very different from how they treat guilty people or assumedly guilty people. Something here is amiss to where even the grand jury is saying, we can't do this to this man at this time. Like, for as far as the consequences that come with being accused and actually taking the trial, whether he gets convicted or acquitted or not. Once you go to trial for some shit like that, the stigma's there. The stigma's there now, honestly, if we're being honest. Like there are some people who see Desean Watson as a rapist or a creep or, whatever it is now, despite the fact that he's had 2 grand juries say that they will not proceed with charges. So, like, kind of give me some thoughts on this, y'all. Let me know how y'all feeling on this one.
Okay. The views expressed by Lefty are not the views of the Literally Anything podcast for the people. These are
go ahead, Kevin Samuel.
I've been feeling like this whole shit came in at a time where he was trying to get out of his fucking contract. He didn't want to be with that team no more. And then out of nowhere, it was like, let's tarnish this man image. Like that's what I saw from the beginning. And then it was just like, case after case after case after case, but nobody's pressing charges.
Yeah, civil suits.
It's all civil suits, no criminal charges. Nobody went to the cops.
The grand jury, that was a criminal charges. He has both.
Yeah, but how long did it take though? Again, we were having this discussion when he had 30-something accusations a year ago this time. Or like literally about a year ago this time, we were having these discussions right here on this show. And the grand jury has just now been convened over the last couple of weeks. Like I said, twice in the last, I believe, 3 weeks or so, he's been they have declined to press charges against him. Usually things move faster than that. Particularly for us when they try and put one of us down in our situations. When the brothers do fuck up, the justice system move a whole lot quicker. Like, it ain't as many continuations, it ain't as many fucking delays and all that. Like, they get the quick to putting the foot in our ass. So for them to take a year with this, like I said, there are a lot of things about this that make this case look I don't want to say suspicious. No, I'm going to say suspicious. Fuck that. Suspicious. Absolutely. Some of this shit looks weird. It just does.
And I don't want anybody to look at, what I'm saying and think that I'm dismissing any of that, like any portion of like believing a woman when she makes a claim, because like shit happens, and I'm the type of person that will tend to like I'm gonna hear you out. I want to know what's going on before I make a full judgment, but I'm gonna protect you within that same space, But this shit just like from the beginning to me, it just felt off. It like really felt off from the beginning.
Now, Shah, how familiar are you with this case with Desean Watson? I'm sure you've heard. I don't know if let me give you some background if you're not aware. So Desean Watson, quarterback of the Houston Texans, was it 2 years ago in the offseason was trying to get traded or be sent to another team. After the rumor of that came out, shortly after that, several women at what was it like?
Wait. Before you like, because you missing one point, like one major point.
Right.
Remember they traded D-Hop.
Right. They traded. Yeah, my bad.
They traded his best receiver away.
Yeah, they traded his best weapon away, but I don't know that necessarily has a whole lot to do with.
I think it does.
The case
I think
and
that
the
has
other
to
side
do
of it.
with the reason why he decided that he wanted to be gone.
I mean, but what he wanted to be going or not is kind of I guess that has a factor in that. But I mean, it's inconsequential in the part of the women. Like the women, what like D Hop ain't send them. Like you know what I mean? Like I don't. They're. But either way, these young ladies accused him of sexual assault at several different times. Several young ladies working in massage parlors, bathhouses, all these type places that he was frequenting. None of the charges to this point have been grand enough for them to feel like they needed to actually continue with the prosecution. There's been investigations by the police department. There are no charges from law enforcement as of now. Again, this thing happened about 1.5 years ago. He's been kind of fighting it since then. He just beat his second grand jury. Like Left said, a lot of this was really weirdly timed. As soon as he started trying to get out of there is when this happened. And I'm not a conspiracy theory dude, but I'm also not one to completely dismiss things of that nature. So I don't know. He's a young black man making hundreds of millions of dollars, trying to take control of his shit, and he's working in Texas. So let's not act like that don't mean nothing, because Texas is a wild ass place. Texas is the same place where they strung a nigga up and dragged him behind a pickup truck. And this was in the 2000s. This wasn't in the 60s, nigga. Like Texas is a wild ass place. Like only place wild in Texas is Florida. So like as far as just like unreal shit happening for no reason at all. So you know, it's not. Again, I don't want to be the conspiracy dude, but
these women white,
non-melanated.
I do not know the ethnicity of all the women. I believe some were of like Asian descent, and then there were a few Caucasian ladies. There were like 30 cases total. And the thing is, if 30 motherfuckers say you did something and they can't find one with enough evidence to stick, that's wow. That's like they was fishing with dynamite. Like it wasn't like 2 or 3. It's like we gonna throw some sticks in the bottom of the lake and something gonna come up and nothing happened. And like, you know, that's crazy. If it's 2, you like, all right, they might have paid them girls off. They might have did this. They might have did that. Right. 30 is crazy. And he got like 12 civil suits out of them 30 accusations. Like, and he gonna lose all them civil suits. Please believe that. Under no circumstances is he winning any of those civil suits.
It's just sad because you hear stories like this quite often with men who play professional sports, and I always wonder like who mentors y'all.
I do think that has a lot to do with it. The company you keep and whether or not you have yes men around you and things of that nature really, really do kind of grow what your situation becomes in those moments, because you definitely got dudes who just let certain people in their life because they need them to take care of them or to maintain a certain lifestyle. They just say yes to whatever the fuck they say. And that shit is toxic.
Stuff like this or engage in these type of behaviors, it's sad.
And it's crazy because you think you appeasing your folks by letting them do what they want, but in real life you fucking up the bag for you too, because at some point he gonna have to shed the motherfuckers around him who not bringing that good energy, and you gonna be on that list because you keep letting them do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like that's not a sustainable thing, and you don't do that shit to your real friends. If you got somebody around you who just letting you do what you want, whether you rich, poor, or whatever, and don't like, yo, Doug, sit the fuck down somewhere. Like those are the people who really care about you. These motherfuckers don't have those kind of people around them. Clearly not.
Clearly not.
Like I don't know. I find the second after the first one, I was like, all right, he got away with that one, and you know we'll see. But for 2 grand juries, now I'm a little. I'm not sure how that's going to go. Ann says they mentor themselves. They definitely do, because they think they know every motherfucking thing. Mm-hmm. And part of that is the culture of especially with athletes, AAU culture and that kind of thing. You are told from a very young age that you're super good at something and that you're special because of it, and people take care of you in a different way because of your potential. That's something that's real. As far as basketball, football, any of those sports. Once those young men and women, and it happens with the young ladies now too, once they get to that point where things are, it's clear that they're going to be a certain level of athlete, even if it's only college. People start treating them differently because they start to see a money bag or a way out or whatever the case is, and they don't hold them accountable to the shit they do. It's why you end up having a lot of these cases where a young promising career thrown away because whatever. Like
he was funny in the moment and needed to get it off. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah, man. It just real. It's a lot, man. It's a whole lot. But I hope that everything works out for Desean in a way where he can continue with his career, assuming that he's innocent of the things he's been, accused of. It appears as though he is up to this point, or at the very least, he hasn't done enough to be criminally charged. And I hope those young ladies find peace in whatever, their next steps is with that situation. I really do. Yeah, the money definitely get them in trouble, Ant. That's real. Money is wild. Like, it's definitely what can you do for me as opposed to how can I help you be better? And that's more at that's the culture that you fighting with that. Like, you take care of a person based on what you think. When you take care of a person based on what you think they could do for you, you take care of them differently. You don't take care of them with you take care of them like to protect the bag. Like I said,
right.
When you have genuine love and care about somebody, when you take care of them that way, you don't give a fuck about the money side of it because you want them to be okay. Like, I won't let you destroy yourself for the sake of keeping money. It's dumb.
Yeah. That's the reason why LeBron's team is the greatest. Like, his circle, with Maverick Carter and what's the other boy? Rich Paul. Yeah. Like, he got a triangle like that is like no other. You don't hear about a conglomerate like what they have, and that keeps the ball rolling. Like, nobody lets the next person fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, you gonna take care of this? All right, cool, we got you. Like we got to make sure that Brian, like, don't no harm come to Brian, and then we can branch out and do whatever we need. Like, and it also goes to the fact that he financed their schooling. Like, look, you go to school for this, you go to school for that.
Yeah.
Like, if everybody took and looked at that business model,
right,
it'd be crazy.
With the Spring Hill Entertainment, the Promise Academies, the all the things that have come out of the business ventures of those three gentlemen have been very successful. Also, it was a very calculated move, like you said. Brian put his homies in a position to succeed, and now they all eat together, and it's an incredible thing. And we need so much more of that kind of shit, man. As opposed to, I'm trying to eat as much as I can and you get your dollar the way I got my dollar. Like, and that's not to say that, motherfuckers should ever give handouts. It's not about handouts. But if you're in a position to help your folks better themselves in a way that they can continue to better themselves, because that's what it's about. Like, Brian didn't say, here go $10 million, start a business. He put these niggas through school. Like that's invaluable. Like, they came out of school with degrees and no debt. Like, you that's a fantastic head start for an adult. Like, you can't beat that shit on some level. So
ain't one of his homies his personal chef?
Right. Yeah, like, this is what I'm saying. He put his team on in real life, like, not no bullshit. So yeah, bro, their model is incredible. That's a great point. They take good care of each other, and for the most part, they're all really goddamn successful, like extra successful. Like, that Spring Hill Studios thing is really taking off. Like, if you check the credits on a lot of shit, they got their hands on a lot more shit than you would think. Like, check, like, some game shows you watching on TV, or you might see some commercials for Spring Hill Entertainment or whatever it is. Like, that shit is on there. Like, they got to deal with 2K. They make their own little documentary situation with ESPN. Like they are doing real live things, man. It's fire, man. Like you said, that's an incredible model that more people who get on should do to take care of their circles, particularly young people who get money at a real early age. And you know, not gonna get preachy, but I like that model. I agree with you on that. That's a fire ass model. Speaking of NBA, and this just real quick because y'all know Bron is now second all time in scoring. Since we talking about Bron, he's number 2 in the history of the NBA in scoring. And
as a pass first player,
and salute to Bron for hitting that, man. But I seen a lot of arguments this week. And I just want to, and Shy, I know you could jump in on this because I know you love your basketball. It's mostly your Sixers, but I know you know your NBA. I know you know your NBA. Is this record less impressive or more impressive due to the fact that LeBron's been playing for 21 years? Like, what does that make this less impressive or more impressive? Honestly,
I say
I'm talking shit with 21. I believe this is his 18th season.
Yeah, it's either 18th or 19th.
19th, yeah.
So I would say it's more impressive because show me where he fell off.
Right.
It's not like his career is front heavy. Like the front 10 years, because you could argue that Michael Jordan's career is relatively front heavy because at this point, so to speak, in his career, he was coming off the bench.
At this point in his career, he was gone. Mike didn't play this long.
I know, but I'm saying like this late, like just at the tail end where I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, but so that's all very weighted though, because Mike's tail end came after 3 years of college too.
Yeah.
Bron been in the NBA since he was 17 years old.
But do you think getting, I'm not saying that this is like 3 years worth of physical duress, but do you think being 17, thin body, like LeBron then was probably 220 tops.
He came in the league with an NBA body though. He was ready to play NBA basketball year one.
Yes, I mean that's like lengthwise for sure.
I think you're misremembering Bron's. Yeah, pause on that. Yeah, that was crazy. I wasn't even gonna say that, but I saw left on the. Damn,
I ain't even catch it. I usually catch it.
Damn. All right. Anyway, basketball has all sorts of pause-worthy moments. We don't really give a fuck about that around here, y'all. It's just a very funny running joke that we like to like keep going with people. But no, I don't know. Does his longevity make it less impressive for you, Shadi? Are you impressed by Bron being second all time behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
And I think I respect LeBron more. Of course, when he opened up his school, I was like, because in my mind, that's my brother.
Right.
My brother and Shaq is my best friend. So if y'all Shaq is my best friend. He's hilarious.
I would hang with Shaq. I don't give a fuck what nobody says.
So
Shaq come to say, let's go, we out. Like, I don't give a fuck where we going. I'm out.
He's hilarious. But no, I've always liked and respected LeBron. Like, there's nothing you can say about him. Like, you never hear him if you hear him in the news, it's something like
usually a tweet.
Yeah.
He's a social dude. Like, he's a social justice dude. He speak up for black people, but for the most part, he out of the news.
Right. He's serious when it comes to ball. He's aggressive. He's serious when it comes to his game. You know, it's like if I'm going to be here and play, I'm going to play.
He don't even curse in public.
I love him.
I mean...
And I feel like he's a nice guy. No, I don't know. But
if you ever watch the Shop, he cuss a lot.
Oh, yeah, on the Shop.
He cuss a lot. Like, if you think HBO ain't the public, then you ain't paying attention. He cuss a lot.
Like, prior to that, even remember he used to put out little freestyles and stuff like that, and he ain't really.
Yeah, no, 20s LeBron didn't curse. Like he had the clean cut image. Like LeBron turned 30, it was like, no, I'm an adult man. I'm gonna use profanity. Fuck what y'all talking about. Like he had to switch it up.
And you never hear nothing about him stepping out on his wife. Now to say he doesn't,
I was about to say, when you got a lot of money, you shouldn't hear about it.
I was
Forgive
supposed
me.
to say
Maybe I'm tripping, but when your bankroll is at a certain level and you get caught doing dumb shit, that's just because you ain't care. Like, if you won't take the time to put some effort into it, I don't see how a rich man could ever get caught cheating. But I'm tripping. Like, maybe I'm
tripping. Because Kevin Samuels said rich men don't cheat. They exercise options. I had to. It was right there. I had to.
Why you gonna start this woman up?
Who, me?
What did your uncle say?
What did your uncle say?
He's high value men don't cheat. They exercise options.
Well, first of all, your uncle's not a high value man. That might be according to his definition, but you can't compare him to LeBron James. Sorry. He is not him.
Uncle is not a high value man. Holy
Let's be clear. Your uncle only has money because he's doing YouTube clips. Other than that, who is he really?
Firing this man.
All for YouTube.
Your uncle. Yo, your uncle is fucking.
Yo, she been waiting. Look.
I can't stand him.
Damn. Oh man, your uncle.
I cannot stand him. Any black man that constantly badgers black women, he has issues that are deep.
Listen, Shad. You know
he's
I
negative Tyler Perry.
Fan. I find it so weird that somebody who I love and care about so much loves this nigga so much. Like,
yeah, he's the Tyler Perry of negativity.
Like, that's incredible. The Tyler Perry of negativity. I like that.
There's no takeaway I get from him. None.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Kevin Samuels, but I like the controversy that he causes on this show. I like the energy he brings to the space because Shadi ready to punch.
Bye. Like I said, my brother LeBron.
Where are we ranking Dr. Umar in this conversation?
For God!
Hey, hold up. Wait a fucking minute. Don't you do that to my man. Umar is a clip. For God! That's it. I don't need nothing else from Umar. If he don't, all I need is that look, beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Like, that's the best fucking video. Them two clips, the one I just did and beg your pardon, I don't need nothing else from Umar. Now, the thing I say about Umar is that every now and then he give you one and be like, you know what, damn, Umar, that made some sense. And then, but I don't get that from Kevin Samuels. Every now and then, Umar give me something that makes sense. I don't slander him as heavy as I do Kevin Samuels. But like every time I hear Shad talk about Kevin Samuels,
I started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Exactly. Because I can't stand him. Why do you like him?
Because it pisses you off.
I don't like him either, Shy.
Hood, like I don't understand him. His purpose.
Yo, you know who fits in that same boat to me? And I know I piss niggas off with this. Boosie. Like Boosie is in that same boat to me.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely correct.
I've never seen somebody care so much about their masculinity.
Damn, right. Black women. What's the purpose of that?
He be having Gucci cream in the side of his mouth every time he talks.
Gives you some funny ass sound bites though, man. Like Boosie got some of the most classic sound bites ever. Like, put your pussy lips on live, I give you $1,000 is fucking Hall of Fame, bro.
But the thing is,
I need a deer hitter. Like Boosie got some shit for you, bro.
My brother put so much stock in what Boosie, like, he has this thing where he's like, oh, Boosie ain't gonna lead us to fail. I don't trust anybody who's diabetic and who's a millionaire and leaves home without insulin.
You've told us that you hate Boosie's lack of responsibility in his diabetes. That's something.
Yeah.
touched on here before.
You can't play with diabetes.
At all. You gonna walk around here like Kunta Kinte?
Yeah, fuck around, lose that foot because of that sugar.
Yes.
Yo, my man Lowe said Boosie an ignorant genius. He really
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
he be having his moments, man, but then he always fuck his moment up. Like his moments really be
like
moments.
why does Lil Nas X make Boosie so mad? There's not like, you know how what's his name, Bugs Bunny used to kiss Elmer Fudd? Like that's really what Lil Nas X be doing to that kid. Kissing him hard as shit.
And he be falling for that shit too.
Every single at this point, I don't even know if Lil Nas X is really gay. Like I think he just like making this man mad.
He's just fucking with Boosie now.
Like, come on, Dwayne Wade. Come on, man. Don't cut his dick off, man.
Like imagine if Stevie Wonder made Plies mad because he was blind. Like imagine it riled Plies up that much because Stevie Wonder's blind.
Oh my gosh,
that shit is funny, man. Like it definitely is. I think a lot of that shit and Low, and we gonna have Low on the show next week too, man. We got some moves to make with that brother. We gonna have him on here next week. That's one. I got 2 guests next week. It's a lot of dudes, man, who really do and say things just for the pub, and you gotta watch yourself when you involving yourself and talking about them and bringing their names up. And oh man, I hate Wack so much. Anyway, I'm not even gonna give that brother a whole lot of play. Oh, so did y'all see the situation where the brother was pressing DL Hughley on behalf of Kanye? Did we see that?
Yeah, the nigga from pressing.
Well, I'm using his words. The
nigga that's on all day. In my brain. In the morning I regret.
Oh, that's who that is?
In the morning yeah. I don't even remember what he's saying.
Right. All right. So for those of you who don't know, what's this dude's name? I don't know. I'm not.
Thea something else.
Theopolis.
Yeah, London.
Yeah. Theopolis, London. So apparently he quote unquote called himself pressing DL Hughley. What he really was doing was disturbing the man while he was trying to piss in the bathroom, and it's just weird. Stop talking to me in the bathroom.
Number 1, ain't it?
Like stop! Don't talk to me in the bathroom, bro. I don't give a fuck how. I don't get like unless like I don't even want to fight you in the bathroom. Like wait for me to come out the bathroom. Like you shouldn't even want to fight where there's a possibility of you swinging on me and my dick is loose. Like this is not a space for us to have an altercation. You don't fight in no damn bathroom. That shit is weird.
You want to catch, you know what I mean, catch a bullet like motherfucking what was it, John? Deep cover and shit.
Yeah,
like pissed on that nigga's shoes.
Man, listen. It's just certain man laws that just should not be fucked with. And you leave people alone when they're in the motherfucking bathroom. Dot. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the sentence. It's nothing else to say. When people are pissing, give them peace. Like it's what you should do out of good courtesy and respect. So he runs up on DL Hughley, says some old cool shit, and then Nobu and Nobu security gets involved, and he then says, apologize to Kanye, like recording it and clout chasing heavy. And y'all know I'm not a fan of that idiom or that term of clout chasing, but this was clout chasing at its finest. Be my friend, Kanye. Like, it's the weirdest shit I ever seen in my life. It's a whole lot of grown ass men with reach and scope and money that are like pick-me's like a motherfucker. Like, that shit is weird to me. Like, why is that thorough in the culture, man? What is dope?
Well, that's like there's this nigga from Chicago. I forget what his name is. It's this nigga from Chicago. Drake played one of his songs at a concert in like 2010, 2011. No, it had to be at least like 2012 because drill music was popping. To this day, he's in Drake's Instagram comments every single time Drake posts anything. To this very day.
That's crazy, man. Like, at what point do you just understand that the person gave you a look? Like, it's just, you have to understand, man, that very much like social media, that industry shit be a show. They show you what they want you to see, and then the real shit happens behind that. And you got to be humble enough to know that even if you get a shout out, a look, a song played, that shit don't really mean nothing unless you catch fire. Like you gotta know the ropes and the navigation of that, man. It's a weird situation. I've always said that I don't want to be famous. I want to be rich. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to go places. I don't want to be in Dave and Buster's and motherfuckers just running up on me like, yo, can I get an autograph? Talk like I don't want that. That's not the kind of notoriety I want, because those people live different lives, and that shit is not always decent. It's cool for the comfort and for the other things, but that other shit is weird, man. Like, if I like your posts or play your song, if I have a certain amount of reach, now you're gonna think that I'm about to do something for you, as opposed to just taking it as a big up as you would if a regular nigga you never heard of sent you a like. Like,
right.
if I'm a millionaire in secret and I'm liking people posts and doing shit, niggas don't know who I am because they don't have no idea what my reach could be if I decided to make it there. That's the kind of success I want. I don't want this. I don't need niggas to know me. I just don't. Like, and that sounds weird because I do a podcast, but like I don't see myself becoming like. And even if I did, I still don't want it. I'll take it if it comes, but I don't want that shit. Like, I don't want that shit at all, man. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Don't become Joe Budden.
Does anyone feel different about that?
Just don't become Joe Budden.
I think, in contrast, probably my fear is like, let's say one of my songs like go off crazy, right? And then like the next song goes off okay, and now I'm in a position where I'm not making no fucking money off of no music, no nothing, but I still can't go to Dave and Buster's because people gonna mob me. Like, imagine how shitty that is. Like, you can't go nowhere, and you in the 360. So
yeah, that's
like,
bad. That would be. That's probably the pits right there.
That's like being the security guard that got dumped on his fucking head at Fridays. Like, everybody know you.
Everybody remembers that story.
Everybody knows you, my dude. Like,
if you are our age, if you are in your late 30s, early 40s, you remember that shit was bad, man. That shit was on everything.
Mir Malik, fuck that nigga.
Everything.
It was everywhere, man. That was a bad jump.
I wonder what happened to him.
That was the definition of a bad jump. Like, if you look up bad jump in the dictionary,
start over.
That clip should play. Like, damn, that was fucked up. I remember that.
Yo, he folded that nigga leg. That shit was just like, oh shit.
Like, oh man, that shit crazy. All right, so we got about 30 minutes left. Literally Anything podcast for the people. We are sitting at 9:08, a little less than 30 minutes left. We are an hour and 32 in. We appreciate everybody who has joined us so far. Shout out to my man Lo, who's checking in on Twitch. Shout out to Ant, who was on both Facebook and YouTube, showing a lot of love. Karen was in here with us too. If you have not, hello, mother. My mom checked in. She always wants me to acknowledge that I saw her. So hello, mom. Let's see. Wifey checked in. Hey, we had a few check-ins today. V Hood checked in. Said Maury should have been canceled with the Guess a Man or a Woman episodes. I didn't even see that comment.
Why she made me watch them for like 2 hours one day?
That's a wild rollout. Like, what do you mean? Is this a man or a woman?
And
like,
my punk bitch ass is really in here. Like, yo, yeah, that's a nigga right there. I know that was a nigga.
Look at the scope. Look at the scope.
Oh man, that's wild. Oh yeah. So Lev, you had a story time for us. Let's get the truncated version so we can get everything in this last half hour. But we could do a quick story time, bro.
All right. So I would preface this by saying, be careful. Like, know who your family is. Know who.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Know who the people around your family are. Like, know who they are, because within me going through, I
gotta mute myself. Hold on.
Trauma of losing my stepmother on Sunday. I also had a situation that added to my me feeling like real fucking weird. And so let me explain this shit. So I have an older uncle who happens to be part of the Rainbow Coalition. He is gay.
Okay.
And
All right,
he has been with his partner for almost 40 years. Said partner hitting my DM, like, just, it like, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Like, and this had been going on since February of last year. I'm not paying it no mind. I'm just like, maybe you sitting over there bored, you need somebody to talk to, like, but I'm not going to be that person. So I ignore it every time. Like, every time. I think I responded one time, look, yo, Unc, I'm about to go to bed. I just got off of work. I got to go to work in the morning. Holler at you some other time. Boom. So Sunday, he hits me up. What's up? I ignore it. So then the next message that comes through is, I'm hard as shit. Nigga, what?
Oh,
I'm sitting here and I'm lost. Like, yo, did he just say what the fuck I think he just said?
oh my.
But I'm not responding. So he decides that he's gonna call. He like, fuck this. I'm gonna jump on this video call and see what the situation is, right? Of course, I decline that shit. So then he asked me, how's my job going? Names the company and everything. And I'm like, all right. At this time, I'm calling my aunt like, yo, you'll never guess what just happened. Blah, blah, blah. Just called me, just hit me in my inbox. And he's like, da, 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 da. She like, you sure he know who it is? I'm like, yeah, he know who it is. Like, he tripping. So then he's like, I have a confession. Wait.
Bro, just read that shit. Ain't nobody read that shit out loud, bro.
I have a confession.
Remember, we have a listening audience.
I always thought you were sexy. If I'm out of line, let me know. My nigga, you are very out of line.
So what would your uncle say about that?
This is the part that's crazy. So I call my uncle up, right? I'm like, yo, where you at? You in the house? He like, yeah. I'm like, your boy with you? He like, yeah, he right here. So I sent him that. So my uncle start questioning him, like, you sent my nephew this, that, and the third. No. Somebody hacked my Facebook. All right, whatever. So when I hang up with my uncle, I call right back on Facebook. Boom. He answered the phone, and the first thing I see is, but I thought that your Facebook was hacked. Oh shit. And he, and I see my uncle in the background. My uncle is looking like this way, so he don't see the phone or nothing. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But I'm skeptical about calling my uncle back because it's like, you already didn't believe me when I just told you, like when I just sent you what I sent you. So my other aunt called me the next day, was like, yo, send me everything that, like, the whole file. Send me everything. I'm printing it out. So we print out everything and we slide up there to go holler at him the next day. Yo, when I tell you, I almost slapped this man like 6 times within this conversation. Like, I felt so disrespectful. Like, now I know what it feel like to women when niggas be throwing eggplants in they fucking inbox, like, take that, girl, take that. It's unsolicited, you know what I mean? Take, like, that shit fucked my head up. Because I would never in a million years think some shit like that would happen. On top of that, like, you don't have no respect for me. You don't have no respect for my uncle. Like, my uncle sitting here right next to you and you doing this, like, man, you dead to me now. Don't ever speak to me. And I feel some type of way about my, to my uncle now too, because it's some other shit that was involved in the situation that really make me feel like, yo, you don't have my best interest at heart. Like, so, like, it was like when I called Kev and Hood, I needed to laugh that shit off, but I was really steaming. Like, I really wanted to go hurt dude because, like,
my name is Willie Beeman. I'm sorry.
Like, because of all people, like, what made you think that I was the person, to run this on? Hood, shut the fuck up.
Because he watched the show.
Oh shit, yo.
He was like, he got sexed out. Trying to see what that sex about.
Left got sexed out. Wow, yo. That shit is still like,
yo, Hood, your skin looks so supple.
Oh shit. Holy shit. Did you just what? What is going on? That was I was not ready for that at all. Nothing about that I was prepared.
Because he played too goddamn much.
This nigga said supple. Holy shit.
I'm looking up what supple means.
You gonna be mad when you find out.
He be like, all right, dog, you went too fucking far, man. You went too fucking far. Now you gonna want to fight me.
Oh man, yo, that shit is funny. Yeah, that's a wild ass story though, bro. That's definitely a wild ass story.
That's spicy.
That shit is caliente.
Yo, that shit hurt my motherfucking feelings, dog. Like that's I was really like, it took me to go through Tuesday. I was finally at a point where I was like, man, I might like, but that shit fucked with me. Cause like,
hey, Shy, hold up, left. I just because something just popped in my head on a question real quick. Shy, you ever had a female shoot they shot at you? Huh?
I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm gonna black out of this.
Yup, she sure did.
Shy, you know by pleading the fifth, we're just gonna assume that the answer is yes, right? You do.
I'm gonna assume that she accepted the invite.
There it is.
Look, see, and I wasn't even going to open your case up, but since you said it, that damn, Shy,
you gotta give her the Dr. Evil, like.
So like, nah, we don't got enough time. I should have asked you that shit earlier. I don't even.
Women are
give us the quickest version of what your
women DM slides be vicious.
I know. I've had a girl come at me at a birthday party and be with like her whole dude.
Oh, I mean, at least it was like somebody that like, at least like she.
I know her. I know her.
Yo,
okay.
And then like the crazy part about my situation, mind you, like it didn't like the shit didn't even bother me that it was a gay dude shooting a shot. It was who the fuck it was that
the proximity is what the problem was. Yeah,
right,
nigga. Like
we're family, my guy. Regardless of what it is,
yeah,
you like if you was a girl,
gotta know.
I would have a problem with what you're doing. If you were a female, I would have an issue with this. But because you're a man, it's even like it's even a little more unexpected because that's the last thing you expected from them.
All right. So what if? All right. Hear me out. So what if like your uncle always dogging his wife out, right? And then she try and hit you with the I mean. Never mind, because that's a bad idea.
I'm not fucking my uncle's wife, girlfriend.
Yeah, that's wild. I had to catch myself.
Like sneaky link, creep. It don't matter what she is to him. If Unc hit, I'm not hitting. Like that's the end of the story. Like that's just me.
Yeah.
I can't. First of all, you ever met someone like have uncles? Like no, bro. Not hitting no pussy uncle. Like respectfully, if you no thanks. I'm good. That's just not where I'm.
That's my brother. That's my brother's trifling at. My brother loved telling me, "Yo, guess who I hit?" I'm like, who? Da-da-da-da. Yeah, she said y'all used to fuck around in high school. Like, bruh, why?
So you want sloppy seconds? That's what you into, right?
That's a weird like indeed. I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little. Like,
Yo,
respectfully.
one time, my
That's
brother.
dirty.
So me and my mom went to Atlanta.
That's dirty as shit.
Me and my mom went to Atlanta. My brother texted me and was like, "Yo," because at this point, my dad like kicked me out for a little bit, so I was staying with my mom. So my brother was like, "Yo, leave your window open. I'm gonna come slide through or something while y'all going." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I leave my window open, and he was like, "Yo, how come I brought Shorty over to the crib?" And she was like, "This look familiar in here." And bro, I'm like 15 at this point, and I was like, "How young is this girl?" Turned out to be a chick that was way older than me that I was messing around with, but
right.
He was like, "Dang, that's when I knew my brother could get bitches." I was like, "Why are you proud of this?"
Oh, that's when I knew. That's funny as hell. Hey, man, we've highlighted many times in this space that some brothers are not particularly choosy when it comes to the coochie they pursue. Some people just don't care, and I don't understand how. Like, you got to give a fuck at some point. Enough of a fuck to just
Yeah, like, and I had a situation similar to that, but like I didn't know. Like, and she didn't tell me about that shit until well after the fact that I had already popped a couple times. Like, yeah, you know that I used to mess with your brother. Like, what?
Well.
Okay, fuck you want me to do about it now? Like,
the work is finished.
Yeah,
I won.
Like,
it was over for you
but
it didn't even matter. Oh man, that's
Shy. You ever yoke a nigga up and be like, "Yo, you ain't going nowhere. You going with me?"
Oh, I'm in that phase, right? I told you last week. I'm in that phase right now.
Like, you yoked him up?
Yesterday, I did.
No, I mean in person. You did tell us last week that you.
Oh no, yeah.
No, right.
That you
I love
down
this
there.
space that Shy's in. She got good stories in this space. This is fun.
Yesterday I told him we're getting married. May 25th, 25.
What did he say?
He didn't say no or anything.
He just took your information in and kept it moving.
Yeah, I said, I'm not trying to marry you now. He was like, but you said you wanted to. I said, yeah, 2025.
See, he wanted to be more excited than you gave him.
I mean, that's in 3 years.
That's in 3 years?
That's in 325, bro. Can you
God
add?
Damn, nigga.
Yeah, that's 3 years.
Yo, I be feeling like
you working in
out this bitch, bro.
3 years. Your baby will be 3.
Why are you telling people my business?
I mean,
yeah, I hate this nigga.
You might have another one by then.
Slow down now. Let's
slow down. We might.
Let's let that man have his sleep deprivation cycle before he decide whether or not he want to go back to back. I ain't gonna hold you though. The Drake method probably the best way to go though. Like, get him out the way. If you gonna go back to back, like, you might as well get him out. If you gonna do it, get him done and be done.
I mean, I'm really like at the point where I'm like trying to really decide if I'm going to be here and not. Now I'm just playing.
What's that?
Shut the hell up. Nobody believes you. Like, nobody even flinched on that one. Anyway, literally anything podcast for the people. Hour and 47 in. We are about to get into our closing thoughts, unless it's something that anybody wanted to touch on that was not mentioned. All right, real quick. Did anybody hear about this? And I've never heard of this particular artist before. There's a rapper from Miami named Baby Sino that was in jail, and Baby Sino got out of jail and promptly was shot 40 times, like on the block that the jail is on. Like, they lit this nigga up immediately when he got out of jail.
They was choosing that nigga.
What did you do to make them niggas that mad?
Yo, again, it's always a question because I
started thinking to myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
40 times fresh out of jail at the age of 20. What do you have going on in your life where that needs to happen? I've never heard of his music though. Has anyone ever heard? You listen to everything. So I always, when I mention a random rapper, assume you're going to know. But
I knew that nigga got shot 40 times.
40 times is crazy. Like,
20?
Like,
that's terrible.
Yeah, so Rest in peace to baby Sino. I don't know.
You saw
Let me
6ix9ine broke.
You said, yo, 6ix9ine is broke. They said that brother make like a stack a week. I make more than that. And I'm broke. I got a rich friend though.
But then the nigga Whack go and put the sauce on and talking about I had to give him $20 for get. Like, bro, if you would have just said that he down bad, we would have believed you.
Yo, Whack is the worst individual on the planet. Like, he's easily the worst person on the planet.
Yo,
so hold on, real quick, just to give you. So the youngin, Baby Sino, whose real name is
something crazy.
His last name is Stark. Timothy Stark is his name. Yeah, wow, right?
Tony's little brother.
Timothy Stark. He was arrested earlier in March for a concealed weapon charge.
Wait, how do you get arrested for a concealed weapon in Florida? I thought that was impossible.
Yeah, how about it, right? Because he is African American, so think about that part.
Jesus.
Finally, after sitting for a couple of weeks, he posted bond last Wednesday at 2:10 p.m. He was deceased by 2:45 after being shot 40 times by a dark-colored vehicle.
Damn.
Like, he had a new video that just dropped called Big Haiti Shot Us. So yeah. He also had a song called Probably Was Me. It feels like he was one of these young boys that was just kind of on his way to this ending, no matter what the fuck happened anyway, based on what I'm reading.
Question.
What?
So
that's
you know how like we get in our feelings when niggas be naming King Von and shit after King Von died, like how oh yeah, that nigga corny now. Like, how many niggas King Von done mention that was dead, and we get so bent out of shape when other niggas do. I mean, I guess on one hand it's like you can't, like, it's still corny behavior regardless of who does it.
Right. That's my whole thing. It's corny across the board. Don't have picks. If it's corny, it's corny. Like, no matter how you chop it.
I mean, I used to find it amusing when them niggas say they smoking on Tuka, but then I get mad when niggas bring up King Von.
Smoking on your top 5 tonight.
He really started wrestling like Hollywood. I mean, started rapping like Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and I really felt some type of way about it.
No, Kendrick, my man. Kendrick get a pass. I can't even hold you. That shit fire. It go. That whole verse go. He be spitting on that joke.
Kendrick got some of the most childish moments in rap history. I put that pussy on a pedestal.
Yeah. Hide your feelings now. What you better do. Take your girlfriend.
Let's get this shit. Let's get this shit. That
nigga, yeah, he be wildin'.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, Kendrick, my man, that's the bull. So we're gonna get into closing thoughts as we get ready to wrap this up. Before we get started, Shy, as always, thank you, honey, for popping in with us. You will get a link for going forward until you start your next venture. Don't you worry about that. And we got some new shit coming from Shy sooner than later. And when she start ready to plug it, we gonna be putting the links up and doing all that. Whatever the outlet is for how she's gonna get you that new content in her new medium, when it gets popping, you will be the first to hear about it by way of this publication, Literally Anything Podcast for the people. Big Shy, what's your closing thoughts, Shy?
I don't know. Like, life is lifing.
Life is lifing. Put that shit on a t-shirt.
Life is really lifing. I'm just praying for everybody because it's real.
That nigga over there hitting them nuts and crannies. She ain't even. that nigga over there hitting the back of that motherfucking oven. Yo, he putting the pillows in the oven.
My man said nooks and fucking crannies.
She don't even know. At first, I was like, in the beginning of the episode, I was like, "Oh, Shaw playing it cool. She probably not really in the mood." But more and more, I was like, "Oh, this nigga been hit the ceiling."
We're not even there yet. It's still new.
Whatever. He probably down there sucking your toes right now.
No, we're still in the get to know each other phase. It's a beautiful thing. It's
My
refreshing.
Bruh said man's is under the table.
That's hilarious.
Right
Ready
now.
I'm telling you.
Hitting you with that goddamn wiffle ball bat.
Yo.
Right now.
Oh man, that's funny.
It feels good to be happy and be back.
Shad, we love to see you happy. The glow is evident though. We can see you in a good space.
Wow.
We can see you in a good space. No matter what else is happening, we could
That was
definitely
funny.
see you in a good space. That was hilarious. Nooks and crannies is fucking.
Oh my god! Not yet.
Oh man, like I say every fucking week, the title of the episode is always in the last 10 minutes. I never have to. No matter what happens in the first hour 50, I have an episode title candidate in the last 10 minutes. No matter what, Nooks and Crannies is definitely in the running. I don't know if you saw the title of last week's episode. It was definitely I once had a contemporary hoe and other stories of relations. Like it was definitely because I once had a contemporary hoe was one of the wildest things calmly I've ever heard Hood say.
I said that.
Yes, you said that.
I gotta go back. I
once had a contemporary hoe. Like damn, and that might not have been the verbatim quote. But it was something along the lines of a contemporary hoe.
I just chill with it.
It was, and you delivered that one with like the most chaotic LL Cool J delivery ever. Like you let that shit spill easy, bro. That's why you don't remember it because it came out so effortlessly. You was right with it.
I'll be being dead ass serious, and y'all just find it funny.
Listen, those are the best things, though, bro.
Exactly.
Those are the best ones.
I mean, you the one who out here with contemporary hoes.
Sorry. That's me again.
Look,
Don't worry about it.
That was him.
He trying to put that steak on that McMuffin.
Oh my god! Sorry.
Left. Closing thoughts, Left.
I'm going to continue to say that I see Hood is growing up a little bit more, man. Like I'm proud of you, my boy. Like no, seriously, take care of your mentals, take care of your chicken, you know, because I was ready to go on my Marshawn Lynch rant, but I don't remember all of the shit he said. I just know that you gotta take care of your mentals and take care of your chicken, you know. Look at her. Yo, shit.
Yeah, Shadi in a different space right now.
No,
we fucking with you, Shy. You
Shy
getting all
was on the phone. Shy was on the phone. When you get over here, we gonna have a fuck-a-thon.
No.
She said that in slow mo.
I wasn't even.
What they gonna have?
We gonna have a fuck-a-thon. Fuck-a-thon.
I can't with you.
Oh shit, yo. Fucking thon is crazy. Yo, do you have a closing thought, bro? Like the fuck?
Hey.
That's hilarious. That's really what you do in the beginning.
That's what you supposed to do. First date, bing bong.
First date?
Yep, I might smell it in the movie theater.
Minutes.
Minutes. Oh my god.
Man. Oh man. I don't know who had Gonzaga winning the tournament in your bracket, but they lost.
Who they lose to?
Arkansas.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My squad play tomorrow night.
I just, I hope all my friends stay happy. Shy, keep getting dick down the way you post.
Oh my god, I'm not there yet.
For the third week in a row, Kev, I want to thank you and your family for definitely blessing me the way that y'all have.
You are family, nigga. You don't have to thank family. We take care of each other. That's what this is. You are family, bro. You don't need to thank me. Now you can thank her because she like thanks and shit. But I like all I did was know her.
Crab legs.
I ain't know shit else. I ain't do shit else but know her. So yeah.
She was like, I like crabs. I was like, all right, bet I got you.
Yeah, no, she definitely is. That's just a reason for me to leave because I'm gonna die if she eat them. So whatever day you buy them for her, I guess
Yeah.
whatever day you treat her to crabs, I'm just leaving to go hang with your ass after you drop them off, because I'm certainly not going to sit in here and perish. And Left is also allergic.
I
So
was
yeah,
about to say, like, I can't come. I can't.
Hey,
Nigga,
man.
I'm like a prostitute in Atlantic City, nigga. If it's crabs around, I gotta have them.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me though.
Nah, bro. I'm like a prostitute. That's wild. Are you done, bro?
That's basically it. I'm on steroids, so I can't really.
Okay, that's interesting. Hood's on steroids. So for me, and this is kind of, I'm gonna leave you with this, and this will pick up into what next week's going to be, one of those shows that has a specific topic that's going to be the bulk, not necessarily the bulk, but a good part, at least a half hour, 40 minutes of our conversation next week. We're going to devote it to social media addiction, not just social media and apparels, but I'm talking about full on absolute addiction to your detriment. And I'm going to tell you what kind of precipitated this discussion. A friend of mine who also does podcasts hit me up, and she was like, Linda Niece, and she's going to be on with us next week to have this conversation. She hit me up. She was like, my next piece, I'm going to post a video on Saturday talking about social media addiction based on the crash of the young lady who killed the 2 state troopers and the pedestrian on the road. And on previous social media posts had posted she was the best drunk driver ever. Earlier in the day, before killing these 3 people, she was pulled over for doing 121 and a 50. And when I say earlier in the day, I mean within like an hour of, and she posted it on Twitter. So it's like basically she's on the road driving drunk at 100 and something miles an hour, putting tweets up about getting away with driving drunk at 100 and something miles an hour. I won't overly elaborate on the point, because I do want to save a lot of the content and my thoughts for next week, and also want to get Lynn's thoughts on it. So I want to make sure she's here and all those things are fresh. But I just want to really point out that part. Like, this young lady's life is over. She's 21 years old. Her life's over. It's a wrap for her.
Done.
Life is gone. Like, and you know, those 2 state troopers and that gentleman, their lives are also over in a much more tragic fashion. So this is in no way to show, you know, any sympathy towards her for what she did. I don't feel sorry for her at all. But it really speaks to how crazy shit is that she could get pulled over for doing 121 in a 50 while drunk, and then go right to Twitter and post it. Like, in the car still. Not once you got home and you was safe and you was chilling, like, yo, got this crazy story. I should have been locked up. Whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, you go through those moments where you might post that shit on social media like 2-3 days later, like, yo, let me tell y'all this crazy story, or whatever the case is. But like, it was so real and important to her, even in her drunken state, that she had to go right to social media and let everybody know what happened, only to a couple minutes later have a crazy ass accident.
You want to know the horrible part about that whole situation? The same cops who pulled her over was the same cops she hit.
Mm-hmm.
They get
That's
called
why I said
away.
it was a matter of minutes.
Yeah, like get called away for a different call, and that's the reason why they let her go. And then
because a person walking alongside the highway is a major thing, and that's what they got called away for. And in the process of investigating and finding that, they were hit by this young lady who they pulled over for speeding moments earlier. It's a crazy ass case. It's crazy ass case, man. It's really crazy. But again, we're gonna kind of take a little deeper dive into the piece of the impulse to just not be able to wait on those sorts of things and to discuss every single facet of your life. Like, she literally had a tweet a couple months ago that said, "I'm the best drunk driver in history." Clearly, that was incorrect.
Because who posts stuff like that?
Exactly. But clearly you were wrong, because look where you're at now. Your confidence in yourself was a little bit out of pocket, clearly. And unfortunately, 3 people had to lose their life because of it. And it's fucking crazy. But like I said, rest in peace to those 3 people. We would definitely be diving into their social media addiction piece. There's a couple other stories of some things that have happened based around that I think are really, like I said, really, really interesting pieces to just discuss. And everyone here either has children or will have children. Hood, I pray for you, bro, because at least all this shit is established. That we came with our kids, grew with it, and everything is new. You have a very established sort of thing to raise your kids against when it comes to the social media and other things like that. Because in 10 years, when your child is going to have devices and all that, who the fuck knows what's going to be there? Like, you know, it's definitely a wild thing. So, like I said, we'll get into it fully and completely 1 week from right now, today, 7:30 next Thursday, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook Live, Literally Anything podcast for the people. We hope you enjoyed your time with us because we had a motherfucking ball. And you know, same time next week, have a little fun, talk a little shit, go home. We're gonna have a couple guests next week. You know, I'll do some plugs. I've been slacking on the plugs because it's a lot of fucking work. But I'll put some stuff up today. I'll put some more. All the episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I'll put a poll question on the Spotify episode from last week. So if you happen to check it and just go through there, answer the poll question. Trying to be a little more interactive with shit. This episode right here will be our first video episode of Spotify. Next week, when I post the Spotify episode, there will be audio and video on Spotify. So our Spotify users will no longer have to go to certain points in the episode to see the faces that are made when Hood gets gay and makes Left uncomfortable, or vice versa. You'll never have to guess those faces anymore. You'll absolutely be able to see that if you are on Spotify. So make sure you check that out.
Yo, that was one of the things I was saying that, you know, that Hood grew on. Remember in the beginning when you said something about sex and that motherfucker got queasy?
Yeah, no, he's better. I mean,
he is like,
hey, man. And I'm gonna end it with this, and this is probably pretty shitty on my part, but he's about to watch a child destroy the vagina he loves. He has a lot of things he's gonna have to get comfortable with. Have a great night, everybody. Literally Anything podcast for the people. I'm gonna tell y'all what Hood's thinking about me right now.
Boy, you are the goddamn devil.
Peace and blessings, folks. We gone.